For example, a person may say, I lost my job, and they may see it as the worst thing that ever happened to them. But Steve Jobs was fired from Apple. He was on the board and they fired him. And then he created Pixar. And then when he created Pixar, they hired him back onto Apple and Macintosh, and he became the leading executive. So when we have situations in our life, most people are defined by those situations emotionally. They brands them, and they no longer want to move forward. So, let's say a person loses their job, and they're confronting difficult conditions. But a person who would say, well, let me look at the world. China is doing very well. I have a little experience in computers. Hey, I have experience in sales. Oh, I know a person who travels back and forth to China. And we start having to think outside the box, so maybe I can begin to leave the present reality that I have and begin to explore new realities. Now, it means that you have to be willing to step into the unknown. It means that you have to step outside the familiar self. So there's this kind of model that says, here's the old self, and here's the new self. And there's a gap between the two. And when we no longer think, act, and feel in the same way, all of a sudden we start to feel uncomfortable. We start to feel unfamiliar. It starts to become unknown to us. And most people, the moment they step outside of the old self, because they're no longer making the same choice, they don't feel like themselves any longer. So the first thing they do is they make the same choices to produce the same behaviors, that create the same experiences, that produce the same emotions, and they say, this feels comfortable. Well, it feels familiar. The person, the maverick, who's willing to step out into the unknown, that unknown is the perfect place to create from. Because only in the unknown can you create something new. And if you and I can become comfortable in that unknown place, then the best way to predict the future is to create it from that unknown place.
Imagine a tiny seed. It might not seem like much, but inside it holds the power to become a huge, beautiful tree. But for that seed to grow, it needs more than just water, sunlight, and soil. It needs space to grow and, most importantly, belief in itself. Just like that seed, each of us has our own value and potential, but sometimes we struggle to see it. We're bombarded with doubts about whether we're smart enough, attractive enough, or successful enough. These doubts can hold us back from reaching our full potential. But here's the thing. If we don't believe in ourselves, how can we expect others to? Believing in ourselves is like water for that seed. It's essential for our growth. Without it, we might never reach our goals or overcome our challenges. So, how can we start believing in ourselves more? It's all about recognizing our worth, celebrating our victories, no matter how small, and learning from our setbacks. It's about looking in the mirror and seeing someone deserving of love, success, and happiness. As we learn to believe in ourselves, we'll discover endless possibilities. Our lives will become a shining example of self-confidence, inspiring others to believe in themselves too. So, the next time we come to a fork in the road, let's choose the path that acknowledges our worth and leads us towards a brighter future. Think of intrinsic value like the sturdy roots of a tree. They're hidden below the surface, providing strength and nourishment no matter what happens above ground. It's the worth we carry within us, regardless of achievements or what others think. On the flip side, perceived value is like the leaves of the tree. They're visible and often influenced by societal standards. Others judge us based on superficial criteria, which can leave us feeling inadequate. Have you ever wondered where these feelings come from? They stem from comparing our true value to what society tells us we should be. But these standards are always changing, leaving us feeling like we don't measure up. So how do we reconnect with our intrinsic value? It starts with gratitude and affirmations. Each morning, think of 3 things you're grateful for about yourself. Then, affirm your worth by saying, "I am enough just as I am." Another helpful exercise is journaling. Write down moments when you felt proud of yourself, not just for achievements, but for your resilience and kindness. These reminders reinforce your true worth. Remember the story of the young tree in the forest. It felt small compared to the giants around it, but as it grew, it realized its value wasn't in comparison, but in its unique existence and contributions. Similarly, your worth isn't about how you compare to others. It's about celebrating your uniqueness and the journey of growth you're on. Your worth is intrinsic and unchanging no matter what the world says. Life is a journey where we already have what we need, just as we are. Instead of telling ourselves we're not good enough, let's focus on our strengths, resilience, and kindness. Think of yourself like a tree. Your worth isn't determined by the leaves that change with the seasons. It comes from the strong roots that support you, giving you strength and stability. Recognizing your worth isn't a one-time thing. It's a journey of growth and self-discovery. It leads to a life filled with confidence and fulfillment. Now, imagine your mind as a garden. Your beliefs are the seeds shaping your reality. By planting different seeds, you can change your reality, not by changing the garden itself, but by changing your beliefs. Neuroplasticity shows us that our brains can reorganize themselves based on our thoughts and beliefs. The more we think a certain way, the more it shapes our reality. Going even deeper, in the quantum field, our beliefs influence which possibilities become our reality. This isn't just theory, it's how physics works. Our beliefs can lead to real changes in our physical world, like the placebo effect. To harness this power, start by becoming aware of your limiting beliefs. Ask yourself what beliefs might be holding you back. Then challenge those beliefs. Are they really yours, or did you inherit them from somewhere else? It's important to question our beliefs and the evidence behind them. Often we find they're based on outdated or false information. Once we recognize this, the next step is to change those beliefs. It's not about pretending everything is positive, but about adopting beliefs that match the reality we want. For example, instead of thinking, "I'm not good enough," we can say, "I am capable and worthy of achieving my goals." This is where the real change begins. By planting new beliefs and reinforcing them through action, we can make them a part of our reality. Let me tell you a story to illustrate this. There was someone who thought they could never speak in public because of stage fright. But they challenged this belief, starting with small steps like speaking in front of a mirror. With each step, their confidence grew until they could speak confidently in front of large audiences. Our beliefs shape our reality, so it's important to be aware of them, challenge the limiting ones, and reinforce the empowering ones through action. By doing this, we can transform our lives. At times, we may feel pulled in different directions by our thoughts, emotions, and actions. In those moments, it's crucial to align them. Meditation is a powerful tool for achieving this alignment. Techniques like focusing on the breath help us align our thoughts and emotions, leading to coherent actions that reflect our intentions. Let's talk about two simple yet powerful practices that can transform how we think, feel, and act: the breath technique and changing boxes. The breath technique is all about deep, controlled breathing. When we focus on our breath, we bring ourselves into the present moment. This creates a space of clarity and peace from which intentional actions can arise. It aligns our actions with our true selves and our goals. Changing boxes takes this alignment further. It's a visualization technique where we imagine placing our worries and negative thoughts into one box and then choosing to open a different box filled with our desired feelings, like confidence or joy. This act of choosing guides our emotional state, aligning it with our thoughts and actions. Now let me share some stories of people who have experienced the power of these practices. There was someone who felt stuck in negative thinking and inaction. But through the breath technique, they found clarity and purpose, taking small steps toward their dreams with newfound confidence. Another person, overwhelmed by anxiety, found courage to take risks by visualizing their fears being replaced with peace and courage. These stories show us that by aligning our thoughts, emotions, and actions, we can unlock profound transformation in our lives. So, let's incorporate these practices into our daily lives. Let the breath bring clarity and peace to our minds, and let changing boxes guide our emotions to our desired state. From this alignment, let's take intentional steps toward creating the life we want. Self-worth influences every aspect of our lives, shaping how we see ourselves and how we engage with the world. So, let's explore this concept together, as it has the power to transform not just how we view ourselves, but also how we live our lives. Let's explore a concept called acting as if. Imagine if you could truly believe that you are enough. How would you carry yourself? How would you speak and make decisions? Acting as if isn't about pretending or being fake. It's about aligning your outward actions with your inner worth, even if you don't fully believe it yet. It's about embodying confidence and self-assurance right now. This practice has a profound impact on our minds. When we act as if we are enough, we send a powerful message to our subconscious. We start to break down old beliefs of inadequacy and limitations, paving the way for new beliefs of self-belief and possibility. It's like rewiring our brains for positive change. So, how can we make this mindset a part of our daily lives? It starts with small, intentional actions. Begin your day by affirming your worth in front of the mirror. Let this affirmation guide your choices throughout the day. Engage in conversations with confidence and approach challenges as opportunities to grow. But it's not just about actions. It's also about meditation. Try a technique called future self-meditation. Visualize yourself in the future, fully embracing your worth. Feel the emotions deeply, from the joy of achieving your goals to the peace of self-acceptance. This visualization isn't just a daydream. It's a roadmap for your subconscious, guiding you toward your desired self. Let me share a story of someone who embraced this practice wholeheartedly. They used to be crippled by self-doubt and fear, but by acting as if they were confident and capable, they transformed their life. They applied for challenging jobs, spoke up in meetings, and took risks they would normally avoid. Alongside these actions, they practiced future self-meditation daily. Over time, they became living proof of the power of acting as if. Incorporating this mindset into your life is a journey that requires patience, persistence, and commitment. It's about aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions with the belief that you are enough. So, start small, but be consistent. Every action you take is an opportunity to affirm your worth. And through future self-meditation, allow yourself to experience feelings of sufficiency. Let's explore the idea of anchoring your feelings in your body and mind. At some point, each of us faces towering challenges that seem to loom over us, casting long shadows of fear and insecurity. But these moments, as daunting as they aren't just obstacles. They're crucial chapters in our journey of growth. They test our strength, challenge our beliefs, and often bring up feelings of inadequacy we thought we had left behind. Feeling like we're not enough is a common response when adversity strikes. We may doubt our strength, intelligence, or capability to overcome the hurdles before us. Yet, these uncomfortable feelings are part of being human. They connect us through shared vulnerability, reminding us that it's not the absence of challenges that defines us, but how we face them. So, how do we hold on to our self-belief when faced with adversity? The answer lies in standing firm within the storm, recognizing that each challenge is an opportunity for growth. Instead of seeing obstacles as insurmountable barriers, we can view them as stepping stones leading us closer to our best selves. Shifting our perspective on challenges is key. Rather than feeling overwhelmed, we can see each setback as a chance to learn and come back stronger. Cultivating gratitude, even in difficult times, helps us focus on what we have rather than what we lack, reinforcing our belief in our ability to navigate tough situations. Embracing vulnerability is also crucial. By acknowledging our fears and insecurities, we give ourselves permission to seek support and grow. Sharing our struggles with trusted friends or family not only lightens our burden but also deepens our connections. Consider the story of someone who faced a seemingly insurmountable challenge. Instead of giving in to despair, they chose courage. Through reflection, support, and gratitude, they emerged from their trial stronger and more resilient. As we reflect on our journey, remember that believing in yourself is an ongoing process, not a destination. With each small step, breath, and act of courage, step into your power and embrace your worth. Your life is a canvas waiting to be painted with the vibrant colors of your faith in yourself. You are enough to create the life you dream of, filled with purpose, joy, and fulfillment. So, move forward with confidence, love, and an unwavering belief in your ability to shape your own destiny.